Okay, good morning, class.
Morning, sir.
So we just ended off the section on polynomials. We got a few minutes left, so we're going to start our chapter on factorization. I've sent to the group the PDF where this is in, not so? This worksheet I've drawn up in 2005 at the school I was at the time. 2015, sorry. And this was drawn up at the school I was at. Okay. As the learners had many problems with factorization. So what I did was I drew up this worksheet, and so that the learner can approach it a bit better. There's quite a few ways of factorization, or methods, or types of factorization. One being the common factor. There's difference of two squares. There's perfect square trinomial. There's trinomial factorization. There's sum and difference of cubes. I think that's about the different types of factorization. For today, we're going to look at common factor. So your heading, your heading is factorization, common factor. Common factor. Okay. So if you're looking at 2 times 3, what is 2 times 3? It's 6. So this is the product. Not so. They ask you to find the product of 2 and 3, it's 6. If they ask you, this is product now, no? They ask you to find the factors of 6. What were the factors of 6? 2 and 3. So what do you notice? It's basically the opposite operations that's happening. Products is the inverse or the opposite of factorization. Factorization is the opposite of product. You understand? So, in grade 9 we do 3 types. I told you I mentioned 5. In grade 9 we're going to do 3 types. Okay? And we said we're going to start off with a common factor first. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So under common factor, I want you guys to write this note. Sure. So if you write down this note, you're going to take out. So common factor is to take out. Talking you must write. You're not in our class. Huh? Take out the greatest common factor. Take out the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor occurring in all the different terms of the expression. So when we're doing that first type, or your common factor, we take out the greatest common factor occurring in all the different types, in all the different terms of the expression. You guys understand? Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the first column of book A, worksheet 1. So it's book A, worksheet 1. Book A, worksheet 1. Okay. So coming back to what the common factor is. What is common factor again? We must take out the greatest common factor in all the terms of the expression. So if you're looking at number 1, we're just going to do the first column, no? Second and third column is our homework, of course. Number 1, you got AY plus AZ. What is common in both terms? A. So we take out A as a common factor. What are we left with? So you ask yourselves, okay? AY divided by A. What's AY divided by A? Y. Can you see that? There's a plus. And what is AZ divided by A? Z. And there's the answer. And you can check if it's correct. What's A times Y? AY. What's A times Z? AZ. And what did we say? Factorization is the reverse of products. You can check it by doing. You guys understand? So let's do the next one together. This must go under here, no? You all know that, no? Because it's so on top of each other. It's just like okay. Let's look at the next one. Number 4. What is common here? Z. So take out Z as a common factor. Right, you're taking out Z as a common factor. So it's AZ divided by Z. What's AZ divided by Z? Not so? Plus. BZ divided by Z. And get this, what's A times Z? Z times B? BZ. You guys understand? Let's look at number 7. What is common there? The number is common. What number is common? What's the highest common factor between the two? 8. The biggest number that I can take out of both? 2. So take out 2 as a common factor quickly. So, we got 6x divided by 2. What's 6x divided by 2? 3x. Plus 8y divided by 2. Who got that right? Where did you go wrong, Michael? The second last one, the second last person there? Yes, Michael? You didn't write? 3x. What did you write? 4y. But remember, if you just have 2 into 4y, is that what you wrote? Now what is 2 times 4y? 8y. You only got that 4. Can you see? That's why I must put 3x. You guys understand? Just look at number 10. What is common here? The highest common factor. Biggest number that can go into both. X to the exponent. The highest common factor is what? X to the exponent. 7. How do we get 7? 5. X to the exponent 5 is the highest common factor in both. X to the power 5 can be divided into both without remaining. You understand? So we say it's A x to the exponent 7 divided by x to the 5. What is that going to give us? Ax squared. You all agree with that? Plus what? Bx to the exponent 5 over x5. So what is that going to give us? B squared. And there we go. And we can check if we're correct. What is x to the exponent 5 times ax squared? Ax 7. X to the exponent 5 times b. Bx to the exponent 5. You guys understand? Any confusion? If you had said, because some of you called out x initially. Let's see why is x not right. The answer. Because I've got a x to the 7 plus bx to the 5, and you guys are saying x is common, which it is. But what do you notice inside this bracket now? You can still take out x. So it becomes now x times x that you're taking out. But you say, hang on. But there's another x here. So that is x squared times the x that's coming out is ax4 plus bx squared. You say, hang on. There's another x that's coming out. That gives you x cubed times x into ax3 plus bx. You say, hang on. Another x can come out. That's going to be x4 by x into ax squared plus b, which now gives you x5 into ax squared plus b. So what we say, when we take out the common factor, we take out the biggest or the highest common factor. Okay? So when you factorize, there should be nothing common inside the bracket anymore as your final answer. This can never be a final answer. Why? Because there's still x squared, x cubed as a common factor. There's still x4 as a common factor. There's still the x as a common factor. Do you guys understand? So when you do the common factor factorization, you must take out the largest or the biggest common factor, the highest common factor. Does it make sense? Okay. Let's look at number 13. Number 13. We got x cubed plus x squared. What is common here? X squared. Okay? So we say x cubed divided by x squared. X cubed divided by x squared is? So what is x squared divided by x squared? Okay, you guys understand? Any confusion? Okay, test it if it's correct. X squared times x, x cubed. X squared times 1, x cubed. Do you guys understand? Sorry? Who doesn't understand? Yes? Any questions? Okay. Now let's look at worksheet 2. Worksheet 2. First column again to factorize. Okay. Worksheet 2, book A. Again the question is to factorize. So what is common here in number 1? AX minus AY. A. So take out A as a common factor, and you fill in the bracket. So what's the answer here? A into x minus 1. Why minus? Because A times x is AX. A times negative y is negative AY. You guys understand? Who got that one right? Okay. You got it at the back? What did you get? You're still writing? Write faster, huh? Okay. Not much we can do there. Right, let's look at number 4. What is common here? Okay, so make a note next to this one. Whenever the first term has a negative, factorize the negative as part of it, of the common factor. So if the first term is negative, okay, the negative will be part of the common factor. Then the negative will be part of the common factor. First term is negative. So you have negative as part of the problem. So then now what is common? Negative 2b. Can you see that, people? Even if this had to be positive, you'd have still take out negative as a common factor. Even if that 2 is positive and the first term is negative, you take out negative as a common factor. If you got negative and there's 100 terms here and it's all positive, but the first term is negative, what must you do? Take out negative as a common factor. When do we take out negative as a common factor? If the first term is negative. You guys understand? Alright, for the numbers, sometimes you'll have numbers of the numerical coefficients that is as a common factor, number common factor, and you'll have a variable common factor. From the numbers between 6 and 8, what is going to 6 and 8? 2. Of the variables A, B and B, C, what is common? B. That is why the common factor, the highest common factor, is negative 2b. You guys understand? Right. So put in the bracket. Alright, so what do we get? You say negative 6ab divided by negative 2b. So what's negative 6 divided by negative 2? 3. Yes, positive 3. That cancels, leaves you with 8. Then we got negative 8bc divided by negative 2b. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4c. And we get this if we correct. Negative 2b times 3a, negative 6ab. Negative 2b times 4c, negative 8bc. Understand? Alright. The last one, number 7. Number 7. Alright, so what is common here? Negative 5x. So we say negative 5x squared divided by negative 5x. What is that? X. Okay? Negative 15xy divided by negative 5x. Will be positive 3, 1. And then negative 10xz divided by negative 5x. Positive. You got 2, 2. Did you guys understand? For homework, I want you guys to do from book A, worksheet 2, 1 and 2, the second column and third column. So it's the remaining exercise of worksheet 1 and the remaining of the exercise of worksheet 2. Those are the sums of worksheet 2, book A. And these are the remaining sums of worksheet 1. Welcome, salam. Slowly, no? Don't open the tab too fast or wide.